Here we are at the bonus training, how to strategically plan a profitable promotion. And I said in less than a week, we're going to do the bulk of it here. So how about in a couple of hours, okay? All right. So, Susan, a win. New messaging ideas have been dropping into my mind all morning. So good. Yes, dedicated power thinking time. I have one thing I want to say on that too. Marviette, the specificity of my best client. Yes, we're going high. We're talking to the best client. Um, for those of you in the weight loss space, um, I was playing around with ChatGPT a little bit, and I just want to throw some things out. I like to give a little bit of extra. So, weight loss isn't the goal, it's the gateway. Because when your body aligns with your beliefs, everything changes. Your energy, your marriage, your purpose. Like, I don't know where we're going with like marriage versus whatever. And then for this, in 12 weeks, you'll drop the weight and the shame and step into the body that finally reflects the fire inside you. It's pretty hot, right? And then some sales anchored, tangible outcomes. Here's a couple: jeans that slide on without a battle, morning energy that doesn't need 3 cups of coffee, a husband who notices. Ooh, like that. Then, like, how many words is that? 4 words, but it's like, ooh, I like that. Yes, I'll take a husband who notices, right? Confidence that spills into client calls or meetings, whatever, not just closets, like confidence that spills. And that's so good. A body that no longer slows down the woman God called you to be. Oh, I love this one. Okay, hang on. No more canceling plans or family photos because you don't like how you look. How about this one? Playing on the floor with your grandkids without needing a recovery plan. Like, you see how it's just so good. All right. All right. That was that little extra. Darlene, working on the core message. I love it now more than ever. Oh, that's so good. And I loved your video. Where did she go? I think she disappeared. I don't see her. I loved Darlene's video. It was neat how she was changing locations behind her. I thought, wow, she must have either she's very good at that tech stuff or she has a team behind her, which is great. Hi there, Danya. I just asked everybody to just drop like what was their biggest wow or biggest win from the past 3 days. So I will come back to that. But one more thing, I want to make sure everybody has the document, and let's go to the Lord and then we're going to share our screen. Oh, good. There are a bunch here. Okay, let me get back to the right view. No wonder. I thought Darlene left. She's been right there. Okay, let's go to the Lord and then we'll dive in. Heavenly Father, we praise you, God. We just praise you. How you're moving this week. I mean, I think it's safe to say that everyone here is different today than they were last Friday. I know I am. And so, Lord, just thank you for how you grow us. Thank you for it's just so interesting how sometimes the growth doesn't feel comfy. Well, let's be real, it never feels comfy. And the change, we can feel so much resistance. But thank you, Lord, that you taught us in your word time and time and time again that when the going gets tough, maybe that's a hint you're heading in the right direction. Like when you look up, when you seek him, and when you ask for his confirmation, right? So, Lord, thank you for dropping the revelations that you are into not only the minds, but the hearts and the body of these beautiful ladies as they doing the work. They're showing up, Lord, for you to fulfill the work you called them to, God. So we praise you for your presence and how you're moving. And I just thank you in advance for how you're going to do that again today and every day going forward. We love you. We trust you. Help us to love and trust you more and more and more and more every day. These things we pray in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. All right. Oh, so good. All right. So y'all have that document. If anybody came in late, if somebody wouldn't mind copying and pasting it so that any latecomers see it. All right. So I had said y'all are going to plan this promotion. It could be Black Friday. You're not late. Okay. Yeah, we're not late. I was going to say there's coaches out there that said, "Oh my gosh, if you don't have this thing done and planned out by October 15th, you can't do it." No, God can do anything, and so can you in His power. Can I get an amen on that? Okay, so we're planning a profitable promotion. It could be anything. Okay, it doesn't have to be Black Friday, but I'm going to show you exactly how to map out a promotion, a campaign that actually generates dollars. And I said in under a week, but it's really in a couple of hours. So you don't need a team. And so I have here, think Black Friday, think Black Friday energy all year long. And what do I mean by that? Black Friday, it almost feels it is excitement. There's an excitement in the air, and sometimes it can feel frantic and frenetic, which isn't good. But when I say Black Friday energy, it's like just realizing that there are people out there that want to buy on a Sunday morning at 8, on a Tuesday afternoon at 4. I mean, we should be having fun, being creative, coming up with ways to talk about the offer. Okay. And just stay with me. There's lots of nuggets I'm going to take you through. So, you see why this is yellow? This is very important. And it's so easy for us, these high achievers that we are, we just plow through. Okay, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. But look, this is important. Having fun in your business is not a nice to have, it is an absolute necessity. Okay. And here's the thing, if you believe that your business will only be fun when you make so much money or when you sign so many clients, you're absolutely wrong. Because we are faith-fueled CEOs, so we operate supernaturally, not in the natural, not on how we feel. We operate supernaturally from a place of calm, confidence, and certainty. And as a result, we get to choose joy. Rejoice. Again, I say rejoice. It is a command. That means we get to choose. So we choose joy at every point along the journey. Yep, even the hard days. Even when it seems like nobody's listening. Even when it seems like you've been doing the work and you're not seeing the fruit. I would venture to say that everybody that has shown up and done the work sees the progress, even in the past 3 days. And so may that be an encouragement for you in the coming days when we all have those bad days when it's like, okay, this is crazy. I don't want to do this. And then we get back from our pity party. And that's another CEO thing. Things are going to happen, tech glitches, sometimes client issues, or just anything in life or business. We have to be resilient. Is Charlotte here? I don't see everybody here, but we have to be resilient and say, no worries. God's on the job, and so am I. Let's go, right? So joyously running your business, it is a choice, and you get to decide. And I have seen this in myself. I did a post yesterday. I've never had more fun in my business than I have this week. And can I say, I haven't worked harder? I think this past week has been work that is in some ways greater than my toughest, longest trial. And that involved driving from the suburbs into the city of Philadelphia, sometimes taking an hour and a half. And you know what I'm saying? So this took work to put this together. And I was really tired last night. Maybe that's why I look like this today. I don't know. But it was so much fun at the same time, And what I found for myself and for everybody that I know that's made it, that next level growth really comes quickly when you are seriously having fun. Right? I mean, it is a decision. Joy is a decision. And then fun is the experience. And expectant is the feeling, grounded in faith, joyful expectancy. Okay. All right. So we have some rules for every promotion. And I say rules, and it's only for your own good, right? Because you get to decide. But here are a couple of rules. Number one, I do not encourage you to discount your main offer. That's your scalable offer. And if you have not yet reached consistent 10K months, in my estimation, by and large, you should have one offer. That's it. And maybe a lower ticket offer or two. But what I'm saying here is the main offer, you do not discount. Instead, offer some bonuses that don't take up a whole lot of your time. And that kind of segues into number two. But bonuses, hey, fast action bonus, it's going to end in 24 hours, going to end in 48 hours. You can always later extend it. Okay. And that, I don't think that's fake urgency. That's you being a CEO saying, you know what? I really want this to only be for an X period of time. Either they're in or they lose it. Or you can say, you know what? I'm talking to some people in the DMs. Maybe I'll give them another day or something, right? But do not discount your main offer. Second, make offers for this cash injection. Make the offer an easy delivery for you. And there, I'm talking about your lower ticket offers. That is like hands off. Hey, buy this thing for $27. They buy it, email goes out automatically, and meanwhile, you're having a life. Okay. So that's what I'm talking about. That type of thing. Okay. Um, Number three, understand, and we went through that yesterday with the funnels, that every single offer, no matter low ticket, mid ticket, and your main offer and above, they all lead to your main offer, your scalable offer. And so I referenced back with a hot link to our document from yesterday. By the way, on the freebie point, I'm going to update yesterday's document this afternoon. I have calls all afternoon. It's insane. But I'm going to update it because now I have the link for that bonus training I told you about, how to find these hot topics for your freebies and your low ticket offers. So that document's going to be updated from yesterday. And then the fourth rule, get creative. Man, I love just kind of allowing myself to have fun. What kind of offer would be fun for me if you are involved in a delivery like this event, right? That this was fun for me. It's work, but it's super fun for me. Get creative. What feels light and fun to deliver? Okay. It's so important. Um, I don't know, God's bringing this to mind several times this week. And it is that I often hear women say, "Hey, Jude, I heard X or I heard Y." Like I heard, I think one of you said, "I heard freebies, a coach say freebies are no good anymore. Go for lower ticket." And I totally get where they're coming from because lower ticket, I love it. Okay. Because when someone is willing to pay you once, that opens the door and they're more likely, um, statistically speaking, to keep buying from you, right? But you cannot beat an amazing freebie like a private podcast, like some of the other freebies that I shared with you. So I just encourage you, when we are working together, when I am your coach or mentor, I encourage you to not listen to everybody else. Listen to me and the Lord above all, and then listen to me. If you have questions, that's great. Bring them. But when we mix this process over here with that process and that funnel, and there's confusion and there's no cohesiveness, and so it's not going to work. Okay. So getting back to this, think how can I bring new people into my world? Like that's the point of this. How can I bring new people into my world as a paying client? We're talking about a cash injection, right? Because that's important because a good percentage of those who even buy the low ticket or the mid ticket are going to elevate if what you're selling them is super amazing and helpful, right? All right. Now, I know this thing looks goofy, but who are we going to sell to? There's a hierarchy as far as from ease to more difficult. Okay. So, smack dab in the middle there are your existing clients. So, is there an element that you can add? I only have 5 spots for my breakthrough VIP. 3 are gone, and the fourth one is all but gone. We just have to connect. So, I've got 1 left. Yay! That's some extra dollars coming in, and I'm serving. And I'll tell you, the price I put that was ridiculous. I was like, what am I doing? But anyway, existing clients, that's going to be your easiest, highest converting. Next is your big fans, but they're not yet clients. They're the ones who keep watching your stories. They're the ones that keep commenting. They're the ones that keep opening up your emails. Okay. Those are your biggest fans. Next are those that are curious. They're following you. Like you kind of get a read of the room of who is a super duper fan and then who's just kind of curious. And then the most difficult to convert are just others that, aren't of one of the other categories. But I want you to understand that the offers that you put out, you can put out the same offer for every single one of these groups, or you can do completely different offers. But initially, I'd say go with one offer. And I'll talk through some of these examples. But for the examples, what I did, right? I could offer something new for existing clients, like a new offer tier. And if I wanted to, which I won't, but if I wanted to, if that made sense to me, which it doesn't, but I could then open that up to others. I could open it up to my email list, right? And say, hey, if you want this, and it would be a much higher price point, right? It would be like 4,000, 3,000 at least per month. Okay, another example. You could offer something exclusively to your email list. And whatever we say, we obviously have to be in integrity. Hey, I put this thing together and I only have X number of spots or whatever the case, but before I do this publicly, I wanted to give you on my email list the opportunity to get in first. And then if there are spots or whatever the case, then you can go publicly. But you can't go wrong. I just wanted to show you that when we're where to go easiest to more difficult. So if you want a higher conversion, think, gosh, what can I do for my existing clients that would be a win-win? Okay. All right. Now, what to sell? My ever loving, you get to decide. You get to decide what you sell. But again, the caveat, if you have not yet hit your first 100K year, do not create an entirely new scalable offer. Instead, go to those low ticket offers, what I call authority catalyst, because it catalyzes you as the authority as people consume it. Okay. And this is big. And I don't know that I ever said this to you guys, to my clients yet. So I'm sharing it with all of you here. You're welcome. Okay. You could offer a taster, which is a shorter time period inside your main offer. Okay. Your scalable offer. And this is to get the number 2 and number 3, those big those big fans and those that are curious off the fence and jumping in. Like if I like here's my example when I'm like you could jump in to breakthrough, it's $5,000, but hey, if you're not quite sure if it's for you, whatever, maybe I could say I'll let you in for 2 months for 1,000 to try it out. Okay. Does this make sense? I want to come back and read the chat. I'm going to unshare my screen because I feel like, I don't know what's going on with me today. Okay. Hard work that you're enjoying is so rewarding. Yes. Can I get the link? Oh, thank you. Good to see everybody. Yes, like the sprints I ran. Exactly. That's exactly an example there. And people have loved the sprints and they stayed in. And, that's just great. It's a win-win. And I would never have told you to do that a year ago. I would never have told you to do that. But markets change, and so we adjust. Okay, so here's the step-by-step, or not step-by-step, but it's kind of more rules too. But this is how I want you to approach your Black Friday and or any cash injection promotion you have. Okay, and you're going to hear repeats. We're going to keep it quick and easy. Okay, what do you mean, Jude? Easy tech. You do not need a sales page. Maybe you could just get everything in a Google Doc and then sell it via email or social posts. Okay, you don't have to do ads. Just like reach out to your people. Second, only discount an offer that does not require your time. Okay, we're not going to give. I do my one-on-ones at $5,000, but on Black Friday you can do it for 2. No. That doesn't make sense. The only exception to that would be if you have like a VIP session and you normally charge $3,000 for it. And if going down to 1,000, because see, the VIP is like, where's my kid? With the VIP one-on-one session I'm talking about here, this is like something you only periodically do anyway. And so if you normally charge 3, but maybe you say now it's 50% off, now it's 1,500 or whatever, if it still makes sense with your time and your calendar and what you really want to do, you could possibly do that. My point is, I'm not going from 5,000 to 500, right? I'm just like 1,000 for an hour of time is pretty darn good. Not that we go by the hour. Is this making sense? You understand what I'm saying? Okay. All right. Next, bonuses. I love bonuses. And I was really thinking here a couple of different scenarios. One is if you have a lower ticket offer. Let's say you have 2 lower ticket offers, okay? potentially, or two like freebies that you decide to make lower ticket because they're just so darn valuable. Okay. You could say, look, on Black Friday, when you buy this, then I'll also throw in that. Does that make sense? Like I could say, if you buy Sell with Certainty, I'm going to throw in Christian CEO Millionaire as a bonus. Both of those for $47 or $97. Okay. But here's the deal: bonuses only work when the bonus is something your best client already wants. Okay. So that's where I was just doing some work on my Sell with Certainty sales page. It's going to be very different. I'm tightening it up based upon my sales anchors. And so I know that it's going to sell even more, although right now it's my best selling low ticket offer. Now, the other scenario is similar to what I already alluded to before, which is add a juicy bonus as an incentive to enroll in your scalable offer. Like I could say, join my mastermind today or this weekend, and I will throw in a VIP half day for free. Not Voxer, Zoom. We're going to pound out something, but it has to be specific, right? A VIP half day, like ho hum boring. But if you say, and in that time, we're going to X, Y, and Z, and you'll walk away with la, 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 they're like, ooh, wait. Okay, I was thinking about doing that. I was thinking about joining her mastermind, but that just puts me over the edge. That's the idea. Okay. Number 4 is a limited time offer. I only have 3 available. I think that's probably the weakest of these. But depending on what the offer is, that could be juicy. Just like my VIP tier. I mean, with that price, I would run, not walk, to get access one-on-one with those Voxer days. And there's an element there that maybe you don't see how valuable that is. And then guess what? That's my job, to paint a picture so you see how valuable it is, right? All right. Number 5. This is so fun. Okay. Something you've never done before, but you decide to do it. And again, it's got to make sense with your calendar, with the dollars coming in, etc. Hey, I never do one-on-one calls anymore, you could say, if it's you. Or I never really do VIP days outside my highest proximity spaces. But today, I'm selling one for this price. This is probably the first and only time I'm doing it. So, first one in, you know what I mean? Okay. Now, here's something, and I even gave you a script on this one: going against what's expected. And so here's an example of a non-traditional Black Friday offer. I am so over the crazy this time of year. Cheap bundles that produce 0 results. You and I both know nothing beats one-to-one hands-on support to insert your transformation. That's why my Black Friday offer is completely different. It's a 5K full intensive day with me where we will what? Something amazing. By the end of the day, if we don't have it fully finished, I'm going to give you 60 days, 90 days, whatever, access into my program so we can. Let's talk about this. This is so strategic and good. You're making, they're paying for your opportunity to wow them. In this example, with a VIP day. But then you're almost guaranteeing they're going to get what they came for, because you're saying, if we don't quite finish up everything in that day, I'm going to welcome you in. And frankly, I will do it with the intention that I will let them in for a time. I'm thinking at my mastermind level for this, so that once they're inside and they see the community and they see my workbook and all the templates and the spreadsheets, they're not going to want to leave. But meanwhile, you've gotten paid to allow them to come in. Does that make sense? So again, when it comes to creating offers, it's not about creating a new offer every month. Because you could think, oh my gosh, Jude, you just went through so many different iterations. Like my mind, I'm thinking like 20 different things. There's only so many months in a year, and wow, But the whole idea is reimagining the messaging around it. There are so many different offers that I could spin off of Breakthrough and Mastermind. And it all points to these hyper specific experiences and results that my clients want. So it's not about creating a new offer. It's like, in this example that I'm talking about in this moment, here's my scalable offer. Let's say it's Breakthrough. What awesomeness could I offer as an entree to get into my world, work with me, and then plug in. It's genius. And again, for the example, identify the biggest problem your offer solves, or the biggest three problems, right? And you can, again, that's how you flesh it out and come out with all these different ideas that sound so novel, but really it all points to the same place. What's the biggest problem or problems your offer solves? And then test different ways of talking about your solution for each of those problems. Okay. And again, that hyper specific after they want. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What's the experience once they get there? Okay, now, what's the goal? And here I mean how we price it. You have to decide whether your goal for Black Friday or for any promotion you ever do, is it to get the most clients as possible? Like just get paid leads in, because there is some qualification there if they're willing to open up their wallet at all. Or do I only want the most qualified? Because if it's, I want to get in as many as possible in the door, because I know that if they paid once, they're more likely to pay again, there you price it a little bit lower. Okay. But if you're looking for the most qualified, I would, I'm telling you that your offer would be a little bit more beefy, a little bit more substantive, possibly involving you. And so the price is higher. But again, there's no wrong answer. Okay, I'm going to come off of this. Any questions? Let's check the chat. Okay. Darlene, I did a 5-day exercise with VIP, getting a nutrition class for 27. Is the taster free or still paid? The taster, as I've described it, is always paid. It's a matter of how much. Okay. And again, it's like for Black Friday, do we want to have so again, it's like what is the goal? And not even about how much money do I want to make, because the idea of low ticket tasters or these authority catalyst type offers, it really is it's not about the money that comes in because they're lower ticket. The idea is, wow, I'm getting paid to help her to see that I'm awesome and I can help her. So I'm not just giving a freebie, I'm actually getting paid. And the beautiful thing about a lot of the authority catalyst offers that I have is like they buy, and I could be at the beach, I could be anywhere, like, and I want that for you too. That's where the funnels come in too. All right. If there are no questions, I would love for you all to spend 15 minutes just kind of thinking, and don't feel pressure, but decide, just review that document again and allow yourself, if you do nothing else in these 15 minutes, then just brainstorm about offers that feel good, or maybe ideas of ways you could take your big offer, your scalable offer, and kind of thread out something exciting for your people at a lower price point. Okay, and then we'll come back. Okay, coming in 30 seconds early. Susan had a really good question about when you have like a sprint type offer, a small, hey, come on in for a period of time. How do you price that? It really depends on things. I'll tell you what I did with Breakthrough, our sprint. It was 8 weeks, and admittedly, it was low. It was only $9.97, so it was like, what is that? Like I think $333 a month or something. It was just under 1,000. If I were ever to do that again, if everything stayed the same, I would have probably make that 6 weeks, not 8 weeks. At that price, or I'd make it, a little bit. So I kind of sort of looked at the percentage. Okay, 6 months, now 2 months. So it's kind of cut into thirds, but I gave a little bit of a price break there is how I did that. And then, because there's no rule of thumb, right? So that's just kind of how I looked at that. And then how do you handle pricing once they love it and they want to continue? You can do one of two things. You can say, okay, great. You've been in it for 2 months. You get the rest of the 4 months. And so I'm going to credit you back. So kind of do the math. Okay, that's what you owe. Or then you say, great. So now it's time to jump in for the full schmageel, and it is the same price as it always was because now you're starting again. Um, I will tell you with those in the sprint, I pretty much gave them an option what they wanted to do. Do you want to kind of continue that the full 6 months, or do you want to start again and stay another 6 months instead of just four? So again, there's so much flexibility. There is no right or wrong. All right, Elise, I'm in the middle of a promotion right now. I did discount my scalable offer. Okay, and that's fine. I mean, I'm not going to slap your hand. We all have done it. Okay. It's already out there though. So we're going to run with it. Yay. I love it. I have my first easy lift tomorrow. What do you think of having two offers for it? The regular 6 week program and a half day intensive. I could also add the half day option into my email sequence I'm working on. Okay. Um, 6 week program, half day intensive. Okay. And again, you know what? I, I was just thinking my brain, I don't know why it's not working well today. So a 6 week program, I was thinking um like 1 or 2 weeks inside versus the half day intensive. But I think a half day intensive that would probably be good for your people because then it's like once and done. So I love that idea. I just want you to when you present both of those, okay, how do I say this? On easy lift events, I wouldn't even recommend that this is going to sound funny, but on an easy lift event, I wouldn't even necessarily recommend saying anything. I would say there's a couple different ways we could work together. So if and you don't have to get into the specifics of that because that whole time is really for workshopping. It's not for pitching per se. And that's why it feels different to them because you would have wowed them because you're taking them through your methodology and you've given them ahas and stuff like that. So I always say at the end, okay, so, if you get the feedback, whatever, and then you can say, look, if you would love to explore what it might look like to work with me, there are many different ways, several different price points. So just drop your cell number in the chat and I'll be in touch. And I would encourage them to say, look, I don't just work, I don't work with just anybody. But if you are the one who's like, wow, everything that we talked about today, I want it. I need to get this solved, whatever we're going to say, then it's not an obligation. It's a conversation. So go ahead and drop that number in. That's how I would handle that. Because then as you talk to them, Elise, then you can feel it out and see which one is best for them anyway, right? Help them to come to that conclusion. Also, is having a lower ticket important? Should I spend some time building out or should I just focus on the scalable offer? I love this question. The biggest focus needs to be your one scalable offer because we need to learn how to talk about it, how to call out those, premium buyers. So that's the focus. The lower ticket offer does help you and them because when you do this think work about, okay, I'm going to go through the triangle and really going to say, gosh, which one of these is like a really hot micro topic? Because when you prepare that, and it doesn't have to be long, it could literally be one training with a resource that you sell for like $7, $20, $17, whatever. Um, it's just a way to get someone in your world and get a taste of what you can do for them. Okay. Yeah, confused buyers do not buy. But I would say my offer room yesterday was potentially confusing. But here's how I say that. You know what? I know that you're smart and I know you can figure stuff out. So we're going to put our not big girl panties. Oh, my one boss used to always say that and I hated it. But we're smart and you can do this. So stay with me. And if you have questions along the way, pop it in the chat whenever we do like one of those pitches with more than one offer. Okay. But you're right. Ideally, shouldn't be. And that's really the first time that I ever offered more than one thing in a pitch. I'm trying things out. It's having so much fun. Okay. Marviette, I'd love to go back to my one-to-many webinar option as my first funnel where I share my lower, mid, and scalable offer. How often do you host your one-to-many sharing? Okay. What context would it be? Oh, the webinar. Okay. Can you unmute Marviette and tell me a little bit about your history doing this? Because it sounds like it was a high converting one then. Tell me about
Mm-hmm.
it.
hmm So I hosted these webinars where I talk about self-discovery, some of the raw things that you need to be aware of before you try to work on birthing something. And so I did what you said. If you're interested in learning more, drop your cell in the chat, and then they received a link where they could schedule a time on my calendar.
Mhm.
So I really liked how you brought that up on yesterday. That worked good for me. I want to do less and less of these one-on-one phone calls.
Yes, yes, yes.
And so I like that. And I want to take those people who want more information and put them in something that, like you call the offer room.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And they call that many things. You could say, I'm going to invite you all to an info session where
Mm-hmm.
we're going to tell you how we might be able to work together collectively instead of individually. So that works
Mm-hmm.
well too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um, but as far as how frequently, as often as you want. I will tell you,
Okay.
um, one of my friends who's making like probably 20 million this year, which is insane. She does a
Wow.
hour, maybe closer now to 90 minutes because she has a long Q&A after her masterclass. It's the same masterclass. She every month kind of freshens it up a little bit, but it's basically the same thing. But she has an army. I'm saying an army of salespeople. So she just does it to them, and but I love the idea of if you're interested, I'm gonna do like a info session, and then
Right.
the info session, if they want to ask questions, take it to the DMs. It doesn't have to be like this half an hour or more sales call per se.
Right.
Reason
Right.
I think sales calls could become important is if you have to make sure they're qualified. They have to be a certain type of
Exactly.
yeah.
Yes.
But there's
Okay.
ways, in the application or whatever else comes before that where, because you could say, I have an info session, but not just anybody can be there. So complete this short application to see if you qualify. So then you have a comfort level that if they want in, it's good to just give them let them in.
Right. 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 Okay. All right. That's good.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Who else has a question? This is fun. Dawn, did you want to talk over something? I know there was something that I kind of I half did this morning, but I said I have to get back to it.
Actually, so yes, I do. Because I've already put my Black Friday promotion out there, but I'm like, I need to jazz it up a little bit. So that's exactly what I'm working on right now.
Okay,
Um,
good.
so one of the things like at the top of the sales page that I have, I was going to put like limited time bonus. That's where I segment their list and do all
Mhm,
that.
mhm.
And then I'll tie a little thing that says click here. So it takes them down to that part where it talks about the bonus.
Yep, yep.
But I do think I probably need to jazz up the languaging about it. Um,
Can you share a screen? Can we look at it?
yes, I
Okay.
can, where I talk about the actual bonus. Yeah. Okay.
And as you're doing that, Susan, how I'm doing this offer room this time was it depends on the person as to whether I need to get on the phone with them. Um, I would say this time I'm erring on the side of yes, getting on the phone with them, but being very efficient on the phone. You know, I really believe that in the beginning, every time I say in the beginning, I always say in the beginning was the word was God, and the word was in the beginning stages of business. It's great to talk to people, if for nothing else, than to get that gut sense as to whether they are the right fit or not. And that only comes with talking to people. So great question. All right, Dawn, what we got? Um,
Okay. So this is the bonus part of the sales page where it
okay.
talks about it.
Start or don't want to mess it up. Don't worry, especially give you 5+ hours of time. Okay. Personally segment your okay. I feel like I feel like what I want to do is I want to hit it. I want it to be punchy, direct.
That's what I want to.
Okay. So you're not catching me at the best time. But I want to put this I really want to look at this with fresh brains.
Okay.
Um, limited time bonus. I wouldn't have limited time bonus up top. Tell me why. Like that looks like the big thing. Or that's right,
Yeah.
that's the top of the page. But still, even on this header, I would talk about something they care about because they
So
know
like saves you 5 hours plus of time.
Yeah, but so what? So that what?
so that you don't have to do it yourself.
Like like you're talking about the initial setup
Yes.
would take them 5 hours.
Yes.
I'm saying that 5 hours is a drop in the bucket compared to the hundreds and hundreds of hours they're going to save by using
Hmm.
this tool. So I would
Yeah.
say, um, don't let tech stop you from like the next from blowing your goal away or something like that. Like the idea there being like you told me that their biggest objection is like, okay, I'm not techie and I want to learn.
Hmm.
So I think addressing that objection. See, that's the point of a sales page, ladies. And this is when we do this is when we're going to have to take less sales calls and when it's going to convert much higher. So they're already kind of thinking, oh gosh, she's big on CRM. I'm not good with tech. I'm out.
Yeah.
So when you address what they're saying right there in a very punchy way, whatever I just said, which I can't remember even.
Yeah. I wrote it down.
Okay. So let's get so you say that as a headline, and then
Okay.
keep going. And then you could say, so I'll do it for you. I'll, and so when you say segment your customer list, that sounds, I'm sure they know what that means, but it doesn't roll off the tongue, right? So I'm like, I'll set I'll set it up for you. Like just I don't know what the it is. You might be able to say it better, but I
Yeah.
think that's more like in your face. Wait a minute, did she just say she's going to do it? And it's like make it easy.
Hmm.
You give me your list, I give you back. I don't know what you're going to say. Like what literally are you giving them back? And I'm not talking about just
Well, I'm telling them how to run their business, like how to do their sales, like who they should go visit, who they should make phone calls to, all of that.
there you go.
Like
Yeah.
this is you. Yeah.
Yeah. You give me the list, I give you the most efficient way to run your business, including this, that, and the other. So that okay, that's that, so that you spend less time in the car. If it is this too, yeah. So you spend
This
less,
is hybrid.
yeah, so that you spend less time in the car, more time at home with a big stack of cash in the bank or however you want to say that. But I think that's the idea.
Yeah. Okay.
And so it's just much, much easy breezier. It kind of punches in the face in the best place possible. So I would think about going there. And so it's so fun because and ladies, I think you'll all agree, because we are so detailed, we feel like we have to tell them everything we know.
Yes.
When really it's like everybody's so quick and like just tell me, like I want to see the top of this page. Tell me what I need to know, like that. That's the idea.
Mhm.
So what's the top of the
Okay.
page on?
So it's the same sales page that we had gone over before, but I
Okay.
was just putting like a limited time bonus there.
Okay.
And then I'll have like a thing like I have here, like take you to it so they can click on it.
Okay. That's awesome. If it is a Black Friday special, I would put Black Friday deal or Black Friday. I
Okay.
might put deal, Black Friday deal. Like,
Okay.
what is the discount? What are you doing here?
So this one is so it is 50% off this, and then I'm also doing their segmenting
Whoa,
because that's
whoa,
what I
that's
know.
so good. No, no, no. I think
I
it's
know.
it's amazing. That's
I
like
know.
they don't even know what they're getting. So what,
Yes.
750? 750?
750, yes. And so then they do it, they can either do a runtime pay of 750 or I change it to a two pay of 385.
Yeah. You say, yes, good. Okay.
Because that's when I had all those others that enrolled back in like September. So I was like, we'll do this again, and then it's increasing from there.
And then somewhere I'd say we'll never be this price again, or price going up to
Hmm.
2,500 on December
Hmm.
1st, or however you want to say that.
Yeah.
But I think that's real. And then can I see the very top, the headline? What we're
Yeah.
saying. Ready for a sales system that puts money in your pocket and hours back in your week. Easy button to stop chasing and start closing more sales. Okay. I feel like I want to punch that up even more. Ready for a
Okay.
sales system. Like sales system. Yes, I want a sales system. It's so funny. I was thinking of my first sales job. They say, just call it a system. Everybody wants a system. Call it a system. So it's just so like generic, all these 40, nearly 40 years later. So, it's been played a little bit. Um, can you post this in the group over the weekend when I have a fresh?
Hmm. Yep. I will.
I might even play with Chat GPT. But I love what we
Okay.
did with the limited time bonus section. I think that
Yep.
that is so much better. And I want to
Yep.
have some of that sauce up higher.
Okay. Okay.
Awesome.
Sounds good. All
Awesome.
right. Thank you.
You're so welcome, Dawn. Okay. Um, in my email series, tell me more. Do you sell directly from this call? Okay. In my email series, the call to action is to join my program. Do you think the call to action should be to apply? The email series. So you're saying after the Easy Lift event, um, which one would you like to do, Elise? I know in an ideal world, you're probably like, just pay me, right? Just let me
Yeah,
know.
I would love them to just pay me, but I don't I don't know if they will. One, if they like don't. I,
Well, I feel like I I'm sorry. I asked you and then I didn't like answer. I feel like if that's what you said on the call, like there's
Mhm.
many different ways I can work with you. I feel like that should flow into their emails. So
Okay.
I would kind of say similarly, look, and I would listen back to the recording and try to find aha moments,
Okay.
these are the breakthroughs. So and so, had a revelation here, and so we could see her shift when she realized whatever. And then you can say something about that's there's many ways we could work together. Apply now for a complimentary conversation to see what might fit best. But then the PS is for the buyers that are ready to buy. And so I
Okay.
would say, if you already know this is for you, you can skip the line, because the sooner you start, the sooner blah blah blah, whatever the result, right? The sooner you can
Hmm.
have a more peaceful life and a more profitable business. So then you can send them the link, jump in and maybe give him even a reason, like our weekly calls Tuesday. Jump in now so you can, just give them a reason. And if you want to throw in a bonus, and those that do over the weekend, because this is tomorrow, right? If you
Yeah.
if you sign up by Sunday at midnight, I don't know. And that's
Okay.
yes, what I'm just talking about there.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Danya, we're going to end with you here. I'm considering offering a 7-day boundary reset as my lower ticket offer. This would activate her desire for transformation and give her a taste of success and the positive results that come from it. I know this is such a basic question, but how would I initially make this offer? Could I use my personal Facebook page and make a short video about this and then have a link to my sales page for this? Yeah, I mean, the down and dirty thing. I just want to make sure that I would very much encourage you, and I know you're already in breakthrough. Welcome, Danya. Welcome. You're gonna love it. But right now, because of for ease of what I want to show you, and this is yesterday's document, I have this document, this hot links over to a training in order to identify those micro topics. And so I'm not saying your idea is bad. I'm saying I would watch this, and it's going to help you to really get. I think your brain will be sparked to make sure that the reset. It could be a great idea. I don't know yet, but I would encourage you to watch that, because that's going to help you to really pull out 9 amazing micro topics on which to make a freebie or a lower ticket offer. Okay, but as far as how do you make the offer, yeah, I mean, you're talking to executives. See, I would say definitely over on LinkedIn. I would. So how do you
I'm
feel?
I have a profile, but I just never even use LinkedIn. But yeah, I'd have to like start ground zero with that.
Yeah. And I would say, boy, you ladies are getting a little extra. So I'm gonna tell you something. By the way, my LinkedIn, I love my bio, but my LinkedIn on my about is horrible. But I want to walk you through this, okay? And it's okay. You make a lot of money, even though I'm not perfect. You see what I'm saying? And so I love this, right? Hey, corporate powerhouse turned consultant or coach, ready to monetize your genius and 3x your corporate salary this year? Like it's just, I don't know. Uh, it's punchy, it's short. My point here, Danya, is I would suggest that you totally revamp your whole bio to reflect where you're going. Okay. And I love this section. Guys, I have to say this. This makes me laugh every time. Do you know how this came up here, this former C-suite executive? That's extra real estate. Do you know what you're supposed to go here? Your pronoun. So I'm using their stuff to highlight me. You know what my pronoun is? I'm a former C-suite executive. That's what I am. Okay. So I'm just saying, have put some credibility there, a credibility marker if you so choose, right? So there's some sauce there. What I wanted to show you is services is an important section. So this is like, what are people going to be Googling for what you got? And I'm talking to Danya and all of you if LinkedIn is where your people are. And then the about section. What I have here is needs to be updated like 3 years ago. Okay. But the idea is the same. First thing, I'm going to point them to a freebie. Then I call out who it is I work with. Then I call out their problems. Then I say, if this is you, here's what I can do. And I reference some client wins. And then I say, I invite them, right? So I just wanted to show you. And then, once we work together, here's what you're going to do, blah, blah, blah. And then I get them to go somewhere. And then down here again, I have some, I guess, hashtaggy kind of things, topics that they might be searching. So I thought for like our last couple of moments together here today that I would take you through this. This is a beautiful formula, although the substance is not up to date because I've been really flexing on Instagram more than anything else these days. Okay, ladies, it has been such an amazing joy and privilege to work with you. If you just keep your eye on email. If you are already in Breakthrough and you need more one-on-one or you'd like to try it out, there's a 3-month option, there's a 6-month option. If you are not yet, if you're watching this and you are not yet inside Breakthrough or my mastermind, oh my goodness, I would encourage you to watch the offer room. I always want to say offer week. Watch the offer room because I have this crazy bonus. One each has gone away. So I only have two spots of my juicy bonus of a week-long Voxer sprint available. And that is like worth five grand. I'm telling you, it's actually worth more. So go back and watch my offer reveal, and then let's have a conversation. It is as easy as that. Just DM me over on Instagram at Judy Weber Co. Just say offer, what should I say? Breakthrough or mastermind. Breakthrough or mastermind, whichever level you are. And which one is the easy lift inside of? It's inside of both. My breakthrough is for those who have not yet reached their first 100K. The mastermind is for those already at 6 or multi-6 figures, Tawanda. So I would love to have a conversation. I would love to learn more. Like, find me over on Instagram. Let's have a conversation. And if we need to hop on the phone, I'm good with that. We're going to have some fun before Thanksgiving. All right. I do have to run. I love you all so much. Oh, tomorrow. Oh, golly. I hope you're coming. I'm going to show you how KPIs interrelate with SOPs. People think SOPs is the juice of making your team efficient, and that is important, but nothing beats KPIs. And so whether you have a team now or not, this will be good for you to hear because nobody teaches this like I do. And this is why I can do what I do with me plus one part-time. Okay. All right. Love you all. That's tomorrow, 11 Central. 11 Central. All right. Until then, God bless.